Hey guys, how's it going? Markel here, back with another video. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. With that being said, I was asked about a veteran having TriCare as well as the Foreign Medical Program, FMP, when living abroad. And is that enough insurance for them if they decide to move abroad? Okay, so I can only tell you about the experience that I have living abroad. I don't know everything, but I'm only telling you information that I know. Okay, first and foremost, the Foreign Medical Program. The Foreign Medical Program is only going to cover what you're service connected for. So if you're only service connected for one condition, that's all it's going to cover. Now, TriCare is different. That's basically for retirees or spouses of retirees or kids who are still of age and able to get the insurance through TriCare. Now, TriCare will cover a variety of things, and there's usually a deductible or some type of payment that's usually have to be made during the year. And if you're on Social Security, you have to have Medicare. Okay. Now, there's a couple of caveats to this when it comes to, is this enough insurance for you? First and foremost, there are a couple of third-party services in these countries, okay? They're not Department of Veterans Affairs, VA. Never mistake them for that. They are a service that's simply the middleman between you and the Foreign Medical Program. So if you choose to use them, you won't have to worry about coming out of pocket for things you are service connected for. But anything outside of that, you're gonna have to come out the pocket to take care of, okay? Just know that going into it. Same with TriCare. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If there is no service that TriCare already has a relationship with, and they're not going to have relationships with a lot of these countries that you go to, you're going to have to pay out of pocket. That's just the way it's going to be. So if you don't have the money, you know, that's a decision you're going to have to make, because regardless if you do FMP, regardless if you do TriCare, and I'm saying FMP without going through any of these third parties, you're going to have to pay out of pocket. Okay, FMP, the Foreign Medical Program, is not the same as your regular health insurance like you would get in the country. Now, if you would get health insurance in the country, that's different. That way you know you're covered, and whatever deductible you agreed to, you would just pay that deductible. But 9 times out of 10, you're coming out of pocket. So if you don't have the money to cover these bills coming out of pocket, that's something you may want to consider. All right. Now, doctor visits are not that expensive here. You know, care overall is really not that expensive compared to the United States of America. So to give you an example, I had an issue. I went to the hospital. I had the local health insurance. It ended up costing me nothing out of pocket, but I have one of their premium plans. If I didn't have it and I saw the bill was about $82 for what they had to do. All right, I could have paid that cash if I didn't have the insurance, or I could have paid with a card. Either way, all right? But the bottom line is this. I want to make sure I cover this one more time. 9 times out of 10, you're coming out the pocket. Do not travel to these countries without knowing that. Even if there's a third party there and you decide not to get local health insurance, if it's not service connected, the Department of Veterans Affairs is not going to cover it, which means it's your responsibility to cover it. And if you're barely making it as it is, that's something you may want to consider, especially if you already have a lot of health issues going to another country, knowing you're going to have to see a doctor or go to the emergency room several times. You want to be prepared for that. Now, the person who asked the question said that they have a huge savings. Okay, cool. That means you're able to cover most things and then get reimbursed either by FMP or by TriCare. That's your best bet. But don't ever, and I mean ever, ladies and gentlemen out there, travel. You don't have any money, and just because you signed up for FMP or you signed up for TriCare thinking that's going to cover you abroad, it's going to reimburse you. That's the main thing to know with any of these services or programs. You get reimbursed, all right? Unless you're going through another party, and unless they already have a system set up in these countries, which most of the time they do not, you're gonna have to pay out of pocket and then get reimbursed. Now, if you really want to know what things cost, like open heart surgery, you can Google those things online. Just to give an example, open heart surgery is going to range anywhere from 10 to 15,000. And if there's complications, obviously it's going to be more than that. But if you don't have that kind of money in hand, then yeah, that's something you want to consider. All right, guys, that's going to do it for now. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.